prefer an environment of quiet reverence.
I can't hear you over the burning element sounds. Please speak louder. Is it true, books? Are you sensitive? I so want to choose that option. Should we yell at the books, Jenny? It's too tempting. Ah!
Look what you've done! By all the gods, I'd give my ear for the least bit of respect for the written word. Go act the clown on your own time. Come back when you've cobbled together some manners and are prepared to pay for the damages.
Sorry about that. Now I understand. Books need to be well treated. Lesson learned. It's worth the 400 gold. Worth it. Worth it, Jennifer. Worth it.
How can I help you?
I'm interested in any especially rare tomes you might have.
Huh. Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate.
And I just blew up a bunch of them, so, you know, like, yeah.
Between us, even Master Leveroken was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiot Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly, Sights of the Sealy, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you?
Netherese Folly.
It is said to be written by Lord Karsus himself, the Netherese arcanist who attempted to replace the goddess Mystra. Failed, and was banished for the attempt. Great magical knowledge lies within those pages, but not many can withstand it.
That's it. That's what I need.
The Annals of Karsus would no doubt have much to say about the crown's true nature. If only you could read them.
Sounds perfect. How much?
Buy? Books as temperamental as these are not on sale. They are secured in our vault, where none can harm them, nor can they do any harm.
And where is this vault?
Consider yourself lucky to have learned of such a book's existence, and then forget about it. The Annals of Karsus are best left unread.
I have no problems breaking into the vaults of the arrogant twat who lives in this tower. I have come... Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I came all the way from Neverwinter to admire your collection. Couldn't you just peek into the vault? Why are we still whispering? Oh, right. The book's exploded. I got +5 for now.
Customers like you are why I prefer the company of books. The only way to gain access to the vault is through my office. And before you ask, no, you are not allowed in there either.
I have very peculiar taste, madam. Where is your office exactly? For purely academical reasons? Hey, excellent. Exactly what I needed. Okay, nobody fucking move. I'm gonna go ahead alone.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
And after wizards, there's Ramazith, Elminster, Silverhand, and Karsus. The Annals must be behind his door.
Don't go on the trap. Like that. Exactly like that. Exactly what you just did. Gate could be useful. And dangerous. Ah, gate was that. Illusion had health to it. Oh. It's actually literally an illusion. Damn! Is that better than Karlach's? Because that's a 5 to a 20 for me. Hellfire Great Axe. Yeah. I mean, it's basically the same, but it does give the heat thing, but it also damages her, and she takes a lot of damage as it is. Still, it's pretty cool. The Annals of Karsus.
The Annals of Karsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. If the crown atop the Elder Brain was truly forged by Karsus himself, this book will confirm it. All we have to do is turn the page.
Give the book to Gale or do it myself? I'm not sure.
And since when have we sought to avoid trouble, eh?
He's got a point. Yeah.
Come now. The knowledge lurking between those pages could help us greatly. Don't be a hindrance after being such a great help.
Very well. He's got a point.
Devil Raphael was telling the truth. There's no doubt. The crown of Karsus is what's controlling the Elder Brain. And this is no mere journal. It contains Karsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood.
The design for self-destruction, more like. Didn't the crown kill Karsus?
Not exactly. It was what he did with it that sealed his fate, and, for a time, that of magic itself. The crown was merely the means. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it.
To what end?
To every end you can imagine, and 1,000 more beyond. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them.
And you think Mistra will let you do this?
I don't know. Ao does not look kindly on gods meddling in mortal affairs. She may have no choice but to stand by and let events unfold. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us.
Sure enough.
Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus's successor.
I feel like we leaped, jumps, and bounds from Gale being perfectly fine and accepting his death to suddenly he, like, wants to take over the world.
I have no intention of repeating his folly. Powerful as he was, Karsus lacks some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mistra intimately, and I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Karsus achieved many things, but he never managed that. Long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please, at least think on it.
I bet I could control the tadpole in my head.
I see.
There was no other option.
I suppose I am asking you to take a leap of faith even the most loyal of companions might struggle to land gracefully. I've spent so long feeling inferior, shut out from my destiny over such a simple act of youthful enthusiasm. Perhaps I got carried away with the thought this crown could give me back what Mistra took. Cure me, even.
I promise to think about it then. That's all I can offer.
That's all I ask. For now, we've learned all we can. Whatever comes of this, we cannot allow the crown to be reforged in Raphael's image. A devil wielding the might of Karsus. It would be the end of everything.
Yeah, on that much we agree. An ancient handwritten book, rebound twice over. My great spell of transcendence is mine alone, not to be committed to ink and paper. But I've also forged 3 supreme enchanted items that are physical embodiments of my wizardry, and of them I shall make my record. There is the crown, an orb, and a scepter, each nigh alive, with its own power and purpose, and these I call the regalia of Karsus. The crown of Karsus, to attract and absorb magical knowledge and give the wearer dominion over himself, so that he remains his own entity apart from the weave. Potentially we wear the crown. The orb of Karsus, a storage device or battery that condenses mystic power, ever gathering so that it must be siphoned at intervals of its success. The scepter, an instrument of projection, a focusing utensil for the precise wielding of unimaginably fast forces. Know of these items you must, for if I fail to achieve immortality, they will persist and I dare say live on beyond me. Yeah, it does kind of feel like Gale's a bit buggy for some reason. I mean, he's very good relations with me. It just feels like I've lost, like, I've somehow skipped like a whole section of his story. Somehow. Admittedly, I didn't bring him along for like the entire of Act 2, so yeah. Alright. One last book thing in the vault. Unless I fail miserably every time. Which is entirely possible because I have no bonuses. And it requires 20 to fucking actually make it work. I just blow up just in case. Yes. That's one way to do it. Ah, the Necromancy of Fae. I have that already. These are secrets of life and death known only to the Red Wizards. Committing such secrets to parchment is a risk to those who take it. Lest the unworthy gaze upon them. Who better than us to guard the secrets? To look upon necromancy is a risk to madness against spirits, but the wise, blah blah blah. Layout class and the secrets contained in this tome. Fractured Withering? What? Oh, I'm cursed. Okay, I need to uncurse that somehow. I think I can actually. I think there is an actual spell called Decurse.
At the ready.
So I'm pretty sure I can get rid of that. Yeah, because that's a. Unlike these ones, which have like conditions, that actually says cursed. So I just have to get the decurse spell, and then we're fine.
Here goes nothing.
That's fucking Merlin. It's Gale's buddy. The guy's vault we just nicked from.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. Tell me, what curiosities have you and your companions discovered within the walls of this esteemed emporium?
Nothing. Definitely not in the books. Oh, nothing particular. Some charms here, some potions there.
Is that so? Well, far be it for this doddering old archmage to pry into another man's shopping bag. As we're here, I shall offer you a morsel of general and non-specific advice. Yours to apply to any relevant knowledge you may have recently acquired.
Yeah, he knows we went there.
Some things are best left broken, and some people are well worth restoring.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mistra knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mistra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
You really think Mr. will be willing to hear Gale out?
I see remaining optimistic is my duty. Especially when I'm not the one being asked to do the seemingly impossible. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave. If you are willing, trust in Mistra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
Yeah, he totally knows we broke into his crib. Also, Gale, I'm kind of cursed. We need to do something about that.
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it.
Are you sure you want to go to her? She might want to punish you.
I think Elminster's last message was the one carrying the punishment. And respectfully declined it. I think she's willing to negotiate. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards.
Also, you didn't need to get rid of the curse first. I might have to respec somebody to get the frickin' to get the abilities, to be honest. I know there's a spell called Decurse or something. I have a remove curse scroll on me. So there you go. Easy, let's. Oh, again, 20 temporary hit points. Okay. That's kind of badass. There they go. You know, I happen to have a scroll of remove curse on me the entire time. So I didn't even have to respec or anything. Easy, that's easy. I'm happy about that, because if I was permanently -5 Constitution, that would be crippling.
I should speak up.
Good, Linda?
Karlach Cliffgate?
Oh,
That can't possibly be you, can it?
her surname's Cliffgate?
Fitz!
Why are you
if
covered in
you
blood,
want
Karlach?
a sight for sore eyes.
Where the hells have you been, girl? Last I heard you'd run off to Neverwinter, and that was what? 10 years ago.
Neverwinter. Who told you that?
Gortash. Said you didn't even give notice.
Ha! That prick, but... Never mind that. Look at you. The years have been good to you.
I won't lie. They have.
I'll let them catch up.
Well, go on, girl. Tell me everything.
First thing first, you saw the news, didn't you? About Archduke Gortash.
Right? Oh, I'm sure the fox will make a great duke of the hen house.
I think you were the only thing that kept him a little honest. After you left, things got dark, fast. I got out while my soul was still intact.
Yeah, funny choice.
Started working for an arms merchant. Still in the trade, as you can see. Met my fella Gregor that way. Been together 8 years now. And Karlach, we've a little one on the way.
Fitz! That's incredible! Congratulations! Mum life, huh? You're going to be incredible.
Gods, I hope so. Even after all these years,
you
it seemed to
grab?
happen so fast.
What do we?
But now that you're back in town, you must come to ours. All of you. We'll have a good supper, catch up. You can meet Gregor. And the little one. In a few months. Are the two of you together?
Uh-huh. Isn't she beautiful?
Am I less covered in blood than you?
Absolutely. You're well suited. I can tell just by looking at you. Pleasure to meet you, by the way.
Are you suggesting that all tieflings need to be together?
I
That's
can't
kinda
tell you
racist.
how good it is to see you, Fitz. I'd love to come have dinner with you and Gregor. We're in the city on some urgent business, but can I come find you when it's all settled?
I'd love that. Meanwhile, if you're still in the business of intimidation, you should take a look at my stock.
I'm always intimidating.
Hope that wasn't a lie. I hope we do get to meet up with Fitz when this is all over. First step, save the city. Then, save myself. And last but not least, dinner with an old friend. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, I gave Karlach the big fiery axe thing. I think it is genuinely better. Plus, I can convert the heat thing that gives her damage into normal damage or something. So it should be fun. We'll test it in a fight, and then I'll see whether or not it's genuinely as much better as I thought it was. This guy sells armor, though.
You in need of protection, friend? Huh. What am I saying? Everyone, don't be shy. This armor can't keep you alive if it's sitting here with...
That's actually pretty good. That's medium. That's actually pretty good. It's medium, 17, plus it adds your dexterity. Yeah. Holy... It's 7,000 gold, but I wonder if a Starian could steal this and get away with it. Yoink, 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 and send to Karlach. Yoink. And it doesn't impose disadvantages on stealth checks. And he gets a +2 saving throw, and it adds my dex modifier to my armor class. Yennefer barks in astonishment of how cool this armor is. It's actually seriously good. Astarion now has more AC than I do. What? What? It actually kind of matches him as well. It's like, it's not bad. It looks very posh, like fanciful royally armor kind of vibe. I do not like people wearing armor that doesn't match them. But this stuff actually looks kind of fancy, so it kind of matches Astarion's aesthetic. It's only medium armor, so he's proficient in it. It's actually perfect for him. And he now has more AC than all of us. Somehow. The only thing it loses is the fact that my other armor had +3 to stealth checks, but stealth's not particularly that big of a deal. The amount of AC that Astarion gets from it is staggeringly better than what Karlach would get from it. So benefits-wise, yeah, Astarion, hands down. That is way good for him.
Ah, you look like someone who can probably read.
Yeah.
Can I interest you in a copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? Please buy one.
I'll take which one.
Thank you.
Wait, whoa. Would you say mole?
Sorry, I can't talk. I might.
I didn't see the dialogue. I skipped past it because it was meaningless, but it said mole in it. He said mole. I swear to fucking shit it said mole. The kid said, my first sale, I can't wait to tell mole.
The broadsheet's gone to pot ever since I left.
I will find the tiefling child. Knowing her, she's probably ruling the underworld or something. Yeah, this is why I don't usually skip past dialogue. I just figured it was the usual newspaper boy fucking line of dialogue, but nope. What's all this about?
Oh, God.
Shouldn't go wandering in dark alleys. Very dangerous hobby. Gets people killed.
It's a shame that you're here then.
You're Farling's friend. She said to let you in.
Who?
Funny little gnome she is. Always laughing at me. Even when I don't joke. Come, I'll let you in. My pleasure.
I don't remember who that is. Friends in low places.
In you go. Before I change my mind.
Well. The fabled halls of Nine Fingers Keep.
Ah.
Never visited before. I thought you got around.
I always did. If guild members started disappearing, people would start asking questions. And Casador hated
Understandable.
questions.
When the answer is invariably, the silver-haired one ate them.
Mole! Holy shit, I found her. She's alive!
We're all on the same side.
Wow, look who it is. Glad to see you in the city. Hope you found plenty of coin in Ketheric's coffers. Ready to do some business?
Happened to get blindfolded. I thought you were missing an eye. How did you escape Moonrise?
I survived the hells when Elturel fell. Compared to that, slipping out of Moonrise was child's play.
Good to see you again. What are you up to this time?
Oh, I've got a few ideas. I'll be running this whole place in no time.
I believe it, kid.
We work for Fetcher, handling what you might call pre-owned goods. Talk to Sticky. He'll cut you a deal.
Happy hands. Fetcher's brats.
Don't bug me. I'm making plans. Big plans, see?
Right, he's like a mini mobster.
Right. Which crew are you with? Bellbreakers? The Children of Hor?
The names ring familiar. Two of the many crews that make up the Guild. A loose collective with ties to every criminal enterprise in the city's underworld.
The Worm Skulls. Consider being an independent operator. Yeah, I run a crew called the Worm Skulls. That's just amusing to me. Get it? Worm Skulls? Because we got worms on our head? 8. But with my +5 to thingamajig.
Can't say I've heard of you. Spare me the story behind the name. I'm sure it's very scary.
Yes.
Fair warning. The Guildmaster wants no fraternizing with the Zentrim. They're here to work, not share war stories. They won't be much use to us if they're drinking and dicing when the Stone Lord kicks the door down.
I don't think I've ever seen the Guild and the Zentrum working together.
You won't. The Black Network is working for us. The Guild is hardly a soft target, but we're not set up for the turf war the Stone Lord set on fighting. He came out of nowhere and ate up half our turf in a 10-day. So if you're speaking to the Guildmaster, maybe step soft around the topic.
Soft? What's that?
It's an orphanage, Ukta. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Arm any children old enough. If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Oh,
Keep your
you should
underpants
best make
clean,
yourself
Ukta.
scarce then.
We're playing host to a hero. You recall our reports of Ketheric Thorm? General of the Absolute, champion of Merkel, unkillable tyrant of Moonrise.
Not so unkillable.
Meet the one who killed him.
My fame precedes me. That or you've been spying on me. And your nine fingers, the Guildmaster.
A little less impressive as revelations go. You'll forgive the spying, I hope. The Guild keeps watch for anyone of interest passing through our gates. I'd say you qualify. I already know the one thing about you that I need to. You've crossed paths with the cult's leadership before, and you're still standing. I mean to burn the Absolute from the face of my city. So if you mean to help, congratulations. We just became the best of friends.
I ran into some of your thugs, the Rillington Ranch.
Oh. Did you enjoy the encounter?
I don't think they enjoyed it.
I have no doubt you gave them a good talking to. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stone Lord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly, so I can remind my crews it's not a leash round their necks if they cross me. It's a noose.
What can I do to help you? Yeah, I'm not a fool. Having the criminal underbelly with allied to me is only a good thing.
I was planning to soften you up a bit first, but... straight to business then. Of all the pains in my arse the Absolute was delivered, one in particular keeps growing. A new gang boss who calls himself the Stone Lord. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on a message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting.
I encountered a crew of his fighting your people down by the seafront.
Aye. Transport corridors. Not the most glamorous targets, but without the vine, the cherries shrivel and die. We know he plans on something higher profile next. A little operation the Guild has running in the counting house. Likely my crew has it in hand. Snare set, ready to draw it tight. And you've dealt with bigger bastards handily enough.
I'll head over and check it out.
Obliged. Shouldn't pose any problem for you. In return, if I can offer aid, information...
I need information.
Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab.
Yeah, since when does the Guild work with the Zentarim?
We don't. The Zentarim work for me. Time was I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The Guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back.
How's your fight against the Absolute going?
Ha! Which part? The Stone Lords hollowed this place out. Half my crews are fled or in hiding. Orin's faceless try to pierce my ranks every day, while Gortash's toy soldiers control the streets. When the Absolute's army arrives to wage war on the city, our best hope is to make sure they have no leaders in here willing to open the gates for them.
Agreed. Who is this Stone Lord?
The leader of some new crew that's intent on paining my arse. If he was just another upstart, doesn't matter. Whatever god the prick prays to, I'll send him.
How is it that she knows so much?
Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself. I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the three. Because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem.
Not wrong with it as well. There's more to it than just the dead three.
Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet.
I see no reason not to tell her. She has no reason to side with the Absolute. I mean, yeah, I have literally no reason not to. What's she gonna do with the information? Go tell my enemies? My enemies already know everything. Like, yeah, we're just fucked. Just tell her we're fucked.
Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best.
Annoying. That's it.
Don't pout. For a brief second, I did weigh the odds on killing you. But if there's a tainted elder brain slopping around below my city, I think we need one another more than ever. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allies. Until you can't, and we're not. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war to be fought. You need anything?
Nope, I'm all good. And ultimately, I think... Oh, we leveled up from that. Sweet. Q. I am now level 11. Interesting. Which I think, to be honest, we actually go Warlock. Because if I get Warlock level 4, then I can get a feat. I don't think the Sorcerer does a feat at level 8. Because I've only got 2 more levels. So.
This war is far from over.